and you got a fiance and he finna marry you, to the next thing he done beat you up. Like it was something every day. He done beat her up and his mama jumped on her. And then when she was at work, one of the girls jumped on her too. And I'm like, okay, all of this can't possibly happen at the same time. You just said the man asked you to marry him. And you said yes. You just said y'all was moving into y'all own place together. Then you said, then she said she lost, he broke up with her, he beat her up, and they jumped on her, and he broke up with her and canceled the wedding. And I'm saying, you just told me you got engaged 2 days ago. Now, what at the wedding? Mm-hmm. He did what at the wedding? They didn't get married. He asked her to marry him. This is what she said. He asked her to marry him. And she said yes. Okay. She called me all excited because I had helped her get her hair dressed because she told me he was taking her on a date. And I never met no boy. She never showed me no pictures of this man or nothing like that. She never, like said, hey, I want you to meet. I want you to meet him and all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, where's this man at? I'm thinking it's made up in her head. Because I had said on live, my daughter got a boyfriend and now she's pregnant. First I said she had a boyfriend. Like that first week I had said she had a boyfriend. Yeah, lying, yeah. And then the next week, I had my hips, I had fell, and I had my hip surgery. I told y'all I was bedbound. I had fell, and I had my hip surgery. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She wanted my attention back on, focused on her. So that's what I was thinking. So I was bedbound, so the only way I could talk to anybody is like I do now on my lives. I went live because, I can't get out the house and do anything. So I was stuck in the bed, right? So she got used to being on my page and being comfortable with being able to come in and talk to me whenever she wanted to. And I know I got that personality that draw people in, and that's just me though. That's just my natural spirit. Like, I'm not trying to get anything from it. It's just me. And I'm just kind because that's just how I am. So she came into, welcome everybody. She came in there in the live stream and she was telling me that she had a boyfriend. Now this is 2 days after my daughter's boyfriend. Then she came back on the third day saying that he was taking her on a special dinner. She wanted to get her hair braided. Well, mind you, earlier that week, I had braided my hair. They was cotton candy. I did cotton candy braids. And she wanted her hair done like that. So she called me on three-way and I walked her through doing her hair. Took up my whole time. Took all my time up. Hey, baby. Took all my time up, right? That fourth day, then it was like, well, see, I call it the fourth day, but it was really the night like it was night tonight. Because I'm still on Thursday until I go to sleep, then it'll be Friday. When I go to sleep and wake up, it's Friday. Right now, it's still Thursday. So for me, it was 3 days. But it was actually the fourth day. She goes, we're going on a dinner date. That's why I had you help me do my hair. Can you help me pick out an outfit? So I helped her get dressed to pick out an outfit to go meet the boy. I asked to see him. She never would show me a picture. I'm going to show you a picture. I'm going to show you a picture. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Nikki, never showed me a picture of the boy. So I'm just wondering, does he exist? So then she goes out to dinner. She comes back. She says, he asked me to marry him. And I said yes. And she had a little ring on her finger, whatever. It didn't look like a real ring, though. Like, man. She had a ring on, right? So I'm like, congratulations, everybody in the live, everybody, family. Like, it was a family environment. So I thought, but it was a family environment. Everybody was like, congratulations, how you doing? That's great. My sis Sarah was on the live. She was like, congratulations. Rose was in there. We was all, because we all talking like, not even, not even by the weekend. Because it was that Saturday when my daughter came in and said she was pregnant. Came in there like, Mama, don't be mad at me. I didn't want to disappoint you, but I'm pregnant. I was like, well, ain't nothing we could do about it now. The baby here. You see your stomach. So then that's when she was like, I'll be back. And she left the live. And I didn't hear from her for a day. And then she came back on the live and she was like, the reason why you didn't hear from me is because when I went to work yesterday, um, he had came up there and acted crazy with me and said he didn't want to be with me no more because I told him I was pregnant, and he was like that fast because we about to get married, and so he broke it off the wedding with me, and he punched me in the face and pulled my braids out, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, what? Did somebody tell you that the person that said they was gonna marry them came to their job and jumped on them at their job and pulled their hair out and brought their sister up there? And then the girl at the job is supposed to be friends with the sister, and she was jumped. You was jumped by 3 people at your job, and you still work at the nursing home.
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
not
in
right.
it.
Something's right there.
So I was just
Because
like,
if you was jumped at a nursing home, those people would not be working there.
I worked for almost 30 years in that field, and you get
And
you
the
get
problem
gone the
is,
same day that happens, and the police is called, and you get a record.
the question is did she even do a police report? You gotta do a police
She
report.
said she was calling the police. The police was coming there. Her mama was getting the police there. She was bleeding. She was in the emergency room. And I'm like, well, FaceTime me. You FaceTime me any other time.
FaceTime me now.
You must be interested. Hold on. You must be interested because you subscribed to my channel just so you can come in and say that nobody's interested. But you must be pretty interested to notice that nobody's interested. Sounds really stupid. Don't you sound like a dummy? But anyways, moving on after that stupid ass commercial break. Um, people are insane to think that I give a damn about how you feel about what the hell I'm saying. Give a damn about how you feel about what I'm saying. Care about him and his
the trolls
ass.
in the trash can.
Go on and play in traffic. But anyways, um, then I kept on saying, what hospital are you in? Because the way you saying that they beat you, what hospital are you in? She came into the live while I had nothing but boxes on my page.
Sounds like that girl was lying.
Yeah. I had nothing but boxes. Listen, I had boxes. It was, full. Like the whole 12 boxes or whatever, how many the max is. Everybody was in here. Even Tay will tell you, he was in here. And she came in and she was like, I'm trying to call you. Kept interrupting my live. I kept hitting the do not disturb button. Finally, she came into the live and she was like, call me. I'm calling you because I'm in the emergency room. I just got jumped at work by my fiance, my ex-fiance, because he just said he broke up with me and his sister and her friend that work at my job. Like that, I'm just thinking to myself, everybody in the audience like, oh my God, you should check on her. So then I kind of was like, well, let me at least check and see if it's factual. But, just in case it's true. Because it just seems so random that he just asked you to marry him, get your hair done, and then this happened. And then they pulled my braids out. So I kept trying to FaceTime her from my other device, but she wouldn't answer. But she kept texting and coming in the chat. So then it was about a week and a half later that I heard from her again. Then she FaceTimed me. And she was saying, um, she was showing, hey, and she was showing, had her face, and then she had some of the braids. Looked like somebody took them down.
Uh-huh.
It didn't look like somebody beat you up.
Hey.
Hey, Taylor, it didn't look like somebody was punching you, beat you up, and pulled your hair from the roots.
Because one, I could tell you, one, if she really got beat up, one, she would have a black eye. Two, she would have blood on her face.
And
Like,
she
and
lighter
if she
than
didn't
me.
show, and if she didn't show any of that sign, then nah, she didn't get beat up.
So then my daughter, I put her on mute. And then my daughter was like, Mama, she lying, she lying, she lying. She is full of it, Mama. She is full of it. Um, don't believe her. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So then, so when I didn't hear from her for like maybe 2 months, 2 or 3 months. She came back and was in the live and was like, hey, I'm trying to be like discreet because I don't want to, you know, say her name or offend her. So, but I want to discuss this. So then, she came back in there and she was just like, um, oh sister, I'm sorry. I was in a mental hospital after that happened for about 3 months. I had lost my job and everything. And then we moved. And I was like, oh, okay, because you went from calling me all the time, coming, hey, Mama Meg, how you doing, baby? Thank you so much, Love Bug. I went from calling you and all that stuff. I'm sorry. But you was calling me every day and you talking to me every day. And then, thank you, Mama Meg. And speaking to me on the regular. How you doing today? To not,
Happy
to just
Friday.
disappearing. Happy Friday. Oh, Mama Meg, I wanted to tell you something real quick. Thank you. Thank you. I used that, you see this right here? The lip stain. I used the lip stain as eyeshadow and I let it dry the way you taught us on your lips, on your live. I let it dry up here.
I am good. Working law.
And once it dried, then I use my glossy eyeshadow over it. And it stays on your eyelids just like your lips. And it doesn't affect your eyes. This is the red one up here. The red. And then right here is the purple one. The lip stain. And it's been on for 2 days. That stuff works good. Uh-huh.
Wow. I never thought about that.
It works good. That's why I'm showing you. I had came to your live because I had wanted you to come so I could tell you that
Good idea.
and show you. So people that have trouble with eyeshadow, it works for that. Okay, so Shelby. So yeah. So then here we are half the year. We're almost to, I think it was almost Thanksgiving. Then McCall was almost about to be born.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's a good idea you can show other people. So then, when McCall, the baby was finna be born, she came back and said, oh, I'm just letting you know, me and him worked it out and got back together. And I'm like, But didn't they just beat you up? Like, then I knew she was lying. Didn't they just beat you up? Like, if they just beat me up like the way you said that you was beaten up, why
I
would you
would,
go
yeah,
back to the person?
that's crazy.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense for you to be going back to him.
But again, but again, Miss D, you gotta understand that most of us women, when we get beat up by a man, some of us go back to that man
Well, I
because
know
it's,
I've been there before.
yeah, it's, I love them and I want to be with them and I don't want to lose him. Like, he's my baby
And
child,
that's what
he's
gave,
my child's father.
but that's why I
Does
gave
she
her the
have any
benefit of
kids
the
by him?
doubt with it.
Does she have any kids by him?
She ain't got no kids. That's what I'm getting to. That's why I'm trying to ask y'all, do y'all think she got Munchausen or she's a hypochondriac? Because something else recently just happened. I'm getting to that. So then, Makoa was born and she still hadn't produced a baby. And she was supposed to have been pregnant before my daughter, right?
Uh,
So then, I'm like, where's the baby? She was like, I had the baby, but the baby was a stillborn.
huh? How is a baby a stillborn if you had it?
You can have a stillborn baby. They come out. My auntie did and I did too. And when they come out, it's a real baby. Like it looks like a baby, unless it's too early. But it looks like a baby, and you get to name it, and they cremate it. They give you a box, all or you can bury it, all of that. Okay. I got several people in my family that have stillborns, so I was asking specific questions because, and she kept lying. Like I kept saying, so if it's stillborn, did you take any pictures of your babies? Because most people take pictures of their babies. I took pictures of mine. I don't show anybody the pictures because it hurts me. That's from my memories. But I took pictures of them. My sister in Connecticut took a picture of the last baby she had that was a stillborn. She took her pictures because that's your baby. Like it's a
You would want to
baby.
keep memories of your kid.
And then I was like, so, but this is a full-term baby that was born as a stillborn. The hospital where they gave you a death certificate.
Uh-huh.
So, no, they didn't give me nothing. So I was like, what's the hospital's phone number? I'm going to get it and call you back. My
My aunt
auntie
has
has...
pictures and even had her buried.
See, Tawny, that's what I'm talking about. And I kept asking specific questions, and she kept going around the bush, and I was like, well, what's the name of the hospital that you had it? She wouldn't tell me. Then finally she told me a hospital, and then she was like, I'm not even at that hospital no more. I just got up and walked out. And I was like, but you said you was bleeding and all of this stuff, that you had emergency C-section, and the baby was a stillborn. So am I to understand that they let you leave after a C-section and it hadn't even been 24 hours? They usually keep you in there 2 days. My niece just had a baby yesterday. Yesterday. And she going to be in the hospital for 3 days. Just because of her size. And this girl is bigger than my niece is. So I'm just like, and then she said the stitches weren't in there correct. Then she said they had staples in her stomach. Then she said it was just bleeding everywhere and it was infected and they let her leave the hospital that way. Girl,
No way.
my daughter said, Mama, she is lying to you.
My sister had 2 kids, and both of them were C-section babies, and not once did the hospital say you gotta leave. No, they told her she had to
No.
stay.
You have to stay at least until you poop because your guts ain't together. That's why they tell you don't have sex for 6 weeks. But some people do it anyways and have them stress steppers like me. And had them step because you couldn't wait. You, hey, welcome, Jeannie. You can't wait. So, anyways, and I'm just like, why are you on the floor? So she's like, well, I had a staple it stuck in there and it got infected. I was like, wait a minute. You said you just had the baby yesterday. You left before the break of day from the hospital. The baby died. It was stillborn. They didn't give you no death certificate.
That's crazy.
The doctor didn't come in and tell you what to do. And so I'm just trying to figure out what. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. What you're saying, young lady. I'm telling you the truth. I was like, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm like, but it's not adding up. So then she was like, you don't want to believe me and I'm telling you the truth. My mom can't vouch for me. So I was like, go get your mama because I need to find out why your mama let you leave the hospital with staples coming out your stomach and then you saying it's infected and they just let you leave. Then you said they had stitches in there that gotta come out. Hey, Kevin, that's gotta come out. And I'm like, I worked mother and baby ward, and I worked female surgery for years. And I know that they use invisible stitches so they don't have to go in there and remove stitches. And when you get a C-section, they use invisible stitches, but they put staples on the outside to secure it.
People will lie just to prove that they had a kid.
So then she just disappeared. She just didn't come back. Then about 7 months later, she came back and she said that she had cancer. That was the time I had my teeth removed, and I only had 4 teeth right here left for them to take out. And I had just got the other cancer diagnosis, and she came back and said that she had cancer and that they were gonna have to do a hysterectomy on her. And then she had said, but she slipped and fell at work and hurt her ankle, so they had on crutches and they couldn't do the hysterectomy until they did that. And I'm just wondering, what? How? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm telling her, I don't think that that's possible. I told her, I said, I don't think you had no miscarriage. I don't think that none of this is possible. I don't think you hurt your leg or nothing. So she calls me and she has a crutch and an ace bandage on her leg. But you broke your leg.
Right, you wouldn't be walking on your leg if you broke it.
Then she got mad. She didn't talk to me for a while. But I was your sister. Sister, 50,000 times a day, all the time, right? Sister. So, hey, Bonita. Then, recently, I ain't talked to her in like almost a year. Just recently, about 2 weeks ago, within this last 2 weeks, I started getting messages on here again and text messages. And the text messages said that what did it say? Hold on, I'm finna go look at it and tell y'all real quick. Give me a second. It says, "Hey sister, broke. I broke my hip." Okay. All right. All right. It said that she fell and broke her hip.
Uh,
She slipped and fell. First she said, "Hold on, let me look again." First she said, "Can y'all hear me?" Hey, I was going to church yesterday and I was trying to walk in the building, concrete and broke. And since I got to have a hip replacement, so, hey, forget. Okay. First, hello, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So first she said that she was just calling to let me know that her birthday had came and that she had missed me and that she had missed me. I'm crazy, but you watching me, so don't that make you look like an ass? I'm crazy, but you're watching me. Doesn't that make you look like an ass? Hey, hey, Nisha Boo, what's up, sis? So then she texted me just out the blue, just randomly, because I don't change my number. I don't have time for that shit. I'm not gonna change my phone number for what? I'm not gonna block nobody for what? What I'm blocking for? You know, if you ain't saved in my phone, I ain't answering it. Ah, thank you. I'm not answering it. You know what I'm saying? So why would I be blocking you talking about something? I was trying to reach you and I couldn't reach you. It was my birthday. You missed my birthday. I haven't talked to you in a year. You know my number. You know what I'm saying? And I was on TikTok. I'm on TikTok just about every day. So you know how to reach me. I'm not that hard to reach. So then you said, then once we start finally talking back, she told me she had got cancer. Huh? And she was finna start chemo. Then she said, just this is just yesterday. She said she was gonna call me back, but she was at church and she fell and broke her hip. Now she gotta have total hip replacement surgery. Now mind you guys, I fell. I've told you guys this before. Miss Keisha, you know for a fact. Tark, you know for a fact. Nisha Boo know too. I had total hip replacement surgery. I told y'all I fell twice in my house. Once beside my bed while I was fat and stuck and my gown was up over my ass and the air was rolling across and all I was thinking about was getting that Coca-Cola from under there and eating them Oreo cookies that was under the bed. Or grabbing the honey bun on the table. Didn't think to call Siri ass and get the ambulance to get me up. Then the second time I fell through my flow and I broke my hip and I had to have total hip replacement surgery. And it was not fun. She said she fell. She got cancer. Then she said she fell and broke her hip. Now she got to have hip replacement surgery. And I'm just thinking to myself, from the day I met you, every time I turn around, there's something wrong. There's never not anything good happening with you. Like, you're never ever calling me to tell me that something good is happening. It's always something negative that would garner me to have attention for you. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, isn't that kind of like attention seeking? Thank you, baby cakes. Isn't that, Ashley, thank you. Isn't that like having, and thank you for the follow, isn't that like attention seeking, right? That's not only Is that attention seeking? That's a hypochondriac, right? Now tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I can put my big girl panties on and I can admit that I'm wrong. But I'm feeling like that's a hypochondriac and that it's a little touch of Munchausen by proxy in there, right? Because people with Munchausen by proxy do things or they say things happen to them. Thank you, next bars. Or they say things happen to get people to feel sympathy for them, right? Am I talking to myself? Hey, Shay. Am I talking to myself? I got to do a reading later on. When I get off of here, I got to do a reading, so.
Good morning.
Positive morning.
Yes, you right.
So that's somebody that I feel like she needs somebody to talk to. Because it can't be this many things happening. Thank you, Tiana. It can't be this many things happening to one person, right? My gums are itching. Am I right about it or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong. I'm a big girl. I can take it. If I'm wrong, tell me. Chime in.
I agree.
I feel like people like that are looking for something that they missed. And I have said, I'm going to ask TikTok about it. I'm going to ask the ladies on TikTok because I be feeling like I need to cut her off sometimes. Like, stop talking to her at all, period. Because you doing too much. Every time I turn around, it's something negative. It's nothing, never, ever anything positive going on with her. Never anything positive. And she's always seeking my attention on whatever it is that's going on with her. These are so good. Who else? Who eat these?
Just stop talking to her.
I stopped replying because I'm starting to think that she feeds off my reply. What y'all think? I'm gonna wake him up.
Oh well, don't open up. He won't get attitude with me, so oh well.
Just wants attention.
Mm-hmm.
I love your nails.
Thank you.
It's called attention-seeking behavior.
Attention-seeking
I
behavior.
like the orange fruit slices candy.
I love it. My grandma used to have it in her bowl. Hmm? Go sleep. Put your head over your head. Mm-hmm. Attention-seeking behavior. That's what I was thinking. I'm just thinking like, I don't know if y'all saw, but she came into the live stream the other day. What was we doing? What was we doing? Yesterday. Was that yesterday? I think it was when I was on with you, Miss Keisha, and I was telling her Oh, my daughter's calling. I need to get off. Let me get off of here and call her back.